The Schönbrunn Palace was the center of power of the mighty family of Habsburg here in Vienna. Emperors ruled from this place. They ruled over a large part of Europe. The Christmas story also talks about kings and mighty men. There were three wise men, three powerful men, who saw a star in the sky, and knowing the prophecy, they said, this is the sign that the new king was born. And so they followed that star, going to Jerusalem. When they entered Jerusalem, they expected a great celebration and a great feast because a new king was born. But there was no excitement in the city of Jerusalem. There was no party in the city of Jerusalem. And so they went to the palace of King Herod. And Matthew tells us the story in Matthew chapter 2, that when these wise men, tradition tells us there were three, but we really don't know. So they went to the palace and they asked King Herod, where is the new king? If you were King Herod, how would you react to that question? Matthew tells us the king was disturbed. Of course, he was the king. Who was this new king who wants to take his throne? So King Herod asked his wise men, he asked the scribes in Jerusalem, and they confirmed that the new king was to be born in the city of Bethlehem. And so he sent the wise men back to Bethlehem and told them, if you come to Bethlehem, come back to me. Well, after you have found the child, come back to me and tell me where that child is so that I can worship him. But in truth, he wanted to know where the child is so that he could kill that newborn child, that newborn king. But God saved Jesus, as we know the story, and he warned the wise men so they never returned back to Jerusalem. Friend of mine today, who do you want to be your king? King Herod didn't want to give place to the new king, to the king who is all-powerful, to the king who can bring salvation, to the king who can bring true peace. He didn't want to give way to that new king. He wanted to stay on his throne. During this Christmas time, Jesus wants to be the king of your heart. But the question is, do you want him to be the king of your life? Or do you want, like Herod, do you want to remain on your throne and be the king of your heart, to be the ruler of your life? The Christmas story tells us today, Jesus is the better king. Jesus is the one who can bring justice into your life. He can bring righteousness into your life. He can bring true peace into your life. Let the King of Kings be the ruler of your heart today.